There was a time in my life when I thought joy came from others, that if I could make someone love me or please everyone around me, then I could finally feel happy. I thought if I kept giving and giving, someone would return that love in the exact way I needed. And when that didn't happen, I felt empty. I felt invisible. I wondered what was wrong with me. But now, with the wisdom of years and healing behind me, I understand something so simple and so life-changing. Joy begins with me. Happiness begins with me. And learning to enjoy myself first is not selfish, it's sacred. You see, we are taught from such a young age to focus outward, to look for approval, validation, affection, and worthiness in the eyes of others. We are taught to be nice, to be agreeable, to put others' needs before our own. And while kindness is beautiful, it becomes a wound when it comes at the cost of our own soul. For so long, I believed that loving myself could wait, that if I could just achieve enough, fix enough, or be enough for others, then eventually I could take care of me. But that's not how healing works. That's not how love works. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And the love you keep waiting for from others, it's the love you've been meant to give yourself all along. So let's begin, here and now, with a simple but radical question. What if I learned to enjoy myself first? What if I made joy an inside job? This question isn't meant to blame or judge. It's an invitation, a gentle reminder that your relationship with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship in your life. When you enjoy your own company, when you cherish your own presence, when you learn to be delighted by who you are, you begin to radiate a different energy. You no longer chase love, you attract it. You no longer beg for attention, you embody worthiness. But to get there, you must unlearn the old stories, the ones that say, "I'll be happy when," the ones that say, "Joy is earned or conditional or dependent on someone else showing up the right way." You don't have to wait. You don't have to postpone your pleasure. You don't have to delay your delight. It begins with one choice. I will give myself permission to enjoy who I am. So how do we do this? How do we begin to enjoy ourselves when we've spent so long being taught to criticize, to fix, to shrink? We start with presence. So many of us are living in the past or worried about the future. We replay old conversations. We rehearse imaginary disasters. We base our self-worth on yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's expectations. But joy doesn't live there. Joy lives in the present, right here, right now, in this breath. So let's take a breath together. Place your hand gently on your heart. Inhale slowly, exhale completely, and say to yourself, I am here now. I am enough now. I choose joy now. That is the first step. Returning to yourself moment by moment with loving awareness. The second step is curiosity. Ask yourself, what lights me up? What makes me smile, even when no one is watching? What kind of music moves my spirit? What textures feel good on my skin? What flavors make me feel alive? What conversations bring me joy? These may seem like small questions, but they open the door to something powerful. They help you reconnect with the parts of you that were never meant to be buried or sacrificed. They remind you that joy is not only allowed, it's your natural state. There is a part of you that already knows how to enjoy life. She is still in there. Maybe she's been quiet, maybe she's been ignored, but she's still here, waiting for you to remember. So start saying yes to yourself in small, sacred ways. Say yes to the walk in the sunshine. Say yes to the dance in your kitchen. Say yes to the nap, the book, the silence, the bath. Say yes to wearing your favorite outfit for no reason at all. Say yes to singing in the car. Say yes to laughing at your own jokes. These are not trivial acts. These are declarations of self-love. The more you allow yourself to enjoy who you are, the more your subconscious begins to shift. You begin to believe, at a deeper level, that you are safe to receive joy, that you are worthy of ease, that your presence alone is a gift. And as this belief takes root, something beautiful begins to happen. You stop waiting for others to make you happy. You stop blaming others when they don't. You stop outsourcing your emotional well-being. Instead, you become a source. You become a wellspring. You become someone who brings joy into the room just by being. Let me tell you, there is nothing more magnetic than a person who enjoys their own being. They don't need attention, and yet they draw it. They don't need approval, and yet they receive it. They don't need to prove anything, and yet they shine. This is the energy of someone who has made peace with themselves, who has befriended their own heart, who has chosen to live in harmony with their inner world. And this is available to you. Not someday, not after you fix everything, not after you get their love or the perfect body or the next job. It's available now, in this moment, through your breath, through your awareness, through your decision to enjoy yourself first. So let me ask you, as gently as I can, when was the last time you told yourself, I like you? Say it with me now. Say it softly. Say it sincerely. Say it even if it feels strange. I like you. I like spending time with you. I like how you think and feel and move through the world. Feel the energy of those words. Let them land. Let them soften the places that have been hardened by neglect. You are not too much. You are not too sensitive. You are not too needy. You are a human being with real needs for affection, delight, and connection. And the greatest connection you will ever experience is the one you build with yourself. So today, take time to be with you, not to fix you, not to improve you, but simply to enjoy you. You are not here to earn rest. You are not here to wait for joy. You are here to live fully, freely, and deeply. And it all begins when you learn to enjoy yourself first. As I sit with you in this beautiful moment, I want to invite you even deeper into this sacred journey of learning to enjoy yourself. If you've begun to whisper those gentle words, I like you, to your reflection, to your heart, then you are already tending to your soul in the most powerful way. But now, let's move from gentle liking into soulful celebration. Let's begin to honor not just your presence, but your uniqueness. You are a one-of-a-kind expression of life itself. You are not meant to be like anyone else. You were never supposed to fit into a mold. Your laugh, your tears, your way of thinking and loving and dreaming, it is all an original song the universe wrote through you. And learning to enjoy yourself means dancing to that song, even when no one else hears the music. So I ask you, have you given yourself permission to be different, to not follow the crowd, to embrace your weirdness, your creativity, your quiet or your boldness? This too is joy. This too is freedom. You see, so many of us were taught to dim ourselves. We were told to be polite, to be proper, to be small, to make others comfortable. And in the process, we began to edit ourselves, to only show the parts we thought others would like. But joy is never found in performance. Joy lives in authenticity. It lives in those moments when you let yourself be fully real, fully honest, fully alive. When you begin to enjoy yourself, something miraculous happens. You begin to enjoy your quirks instead of hiding them. You begin to laugh at your own jokes, not because they're perfect, but because they're yours. You begin to make peace with your body, not when it looks a certain way, but because you realize it has carried you faithfully through every chapter. You begin to dress for how you feel, not how you fear being judged. You start to choose your life from the inside out. This kind of living is revolutionary. It might feel unfamiliar at first. There may be days when you still catch yourself in old patterns. When you try to people, please, or criticize yourself, or feel uncomfortable being alone, that's okay. Be gentle with yourself in those moments. Say, "Oh, there you are, old story. I see you, but I'm choosing something new now." And then return to yourself, return to joy. Here's a beautiful practice I love. Begin each morning by asking yourself, how can I enjoy being me today? Don't make the answer complicated. Let it be simple. Let it be something you can do, feel, or think. Maybe it's making your tea with intention. Maybe it's dancing while brushing your teeth. Maybe it's listening to music that makes your soul sway. Maybe it's simply pausing during the day to whisper, "I love this moment. I love me in this moment." You see, when we begin to prioritize joy, we begin to feel more alive. We begin to feel more at home in our skin, and that aliveness ripples into everything. Your relationships shift. Your creativity expands. Your choices become clearer. Your boundaries grow stronger. Not because you're forcing anything, but because joy aligns you with your truth. And truth is powerful. Learning to enjoy yourself also means making space for all of you, the tender parts, the silly parts, the strong and soft parts. We are not just light, we are depth. And there is so much beauty in allowing yourself to be complex, to be human, to be evolving. There might be parts of you that you've rejected or disowned because someone once told you they were wrong. Maybe you were told you were too loud, or too emotional, or too ambitious, or not ambitious enough. Maybe you were shamed for dreaming big, or for needing rest. Maybe you were made to feel wrong simply for being who you are. I want you to know it's safe now. It's safe to reclaim every part of you. It's safe to love the girl you were, the woman you are, the self you are becoming. Let that be a part of your joy. Instead of waiting for someone else to see your magic, begin witnessing it yourself. Begin affirming it. Begin celebrating it. Try this now, out loud if you can. I am learning to enjoy every part of me. I honor my voice. I honor my dreams. I honor my joy. Repeat it. Write it. Let it sink into the soil of your being. Because joy is not a surface-level smile. Joy is deep. Joy is knowing that you don't have to perform to be worthy, that you don't have to shrink to be accepted, that you are not broken or behind you are blossoming at your own sacred pace. And oh, how the world begins to respond to a woman who enjoys her own presence. You may notice that people begin to treat you differently, with more respect, with more curiosity, with more admiration. That's not because you've become more valuable. It's because you finally see your value and you're carrying yourself accordingly. People respond to your energy, and when your energy says, I enjoy myself, I belong to myself, I delight in who I am, they will either rise to meet you or gently fall away. Let that be okay too. Not everyone is meant to stay when you grow. Not everyone can hold space for the fullness of your joy, but you can, and that is enough. Let me also remind you that joy doesn't mean you're happy all the time. Learning to enjoy yourself doesn't mean ignoring pain or bypassing difficult emotions. Quite the opposite. It means creating a safe, loving home within you that can hold all your feelings. It means trusting yourself enough to sit with your sadness and say, even now, I will not abandon me. That's real self-love. That's mature joy. Joy becomes a kind of inner stability, a knowing that no matter what happens outside of you, you can return to this place inside that is steady, soft, and true. Let's talk for a moment about how we nourish that space. Joy requires nourishment, and that nourishment comes from how we speak to ourselves, how we rest, how we play, and how we choose to spend our time. You are allowed to prioritize your peace. You are allowed to say no to things that drain you. You are allowed to cancel the plan, to take the nap, to dream the dream, to protect your joy like the treasure it is. When you stop asking permission to enjoy yourself, you begin to live in true freedom. And here's a beautiful secret. The more you enjoy yourself, the more you inspire others to do the same. Your joy becomes a permission slip. Your freedom becomes an invitation. You show the world what's possible when a woman chooses to love her life from the inside out. So today, I want to leave you with a very simple truth. You are allowed to enjoy yourself, not when you're perfect, not when others approve, but right here, right now, as you are. Take yourself on a walk and smile at the sky. Read the book that makes you feel seen. Light a candle for no reason at all. Laugh at your own reflections. Speak kindly to the mirror. Dance like no one's watching. And if they are, dance anyway. You deserve to delight in who you are. This is the foundation of everything. Because when you enjoy yourself first, you stop searching for someone else to complete you. You realize you are already whole. And from that wholeness, you begin to attract friendships, partnerships, opportunities, and experiences that reflect the joy you've cultivated within. You are a garden, and your joy is the sunlight. So let it shine, and I'll be here, reminding you again and again, you are worthy of your own love. You are worthy of your own joy. And it all begins with one powerful choice to enjoy yourself first. There is something sacred that begins to awaken in you when you stop resisting your own presence, when you stop treating yourself like a project and begin embracing yourself as a companion. This is the shift. This is where true transformation starts, not in striving, but in softening. You see, for so long, I lived with the belief that I had to earn my worth, that I had to prove I was lovable by being productive, perfect, pleasant. I thought joy had to be justified. I thought peace had to be postponed until everything was in order. But joy doesn't ask for your perfection, it asks for your presence. And peace doesn't wait for your life to be flawless, it waits for you to say yes to yourself as you are. When you learn to enjoy yourself first, you stop postponing your life. You begin to see beauty in ordinary moments. You begin to realize that this breath, this heartbeat, this body, this moment, they are all sacred. And when you recognize the sacredness of your now, everything begins to shift. I want to talk to you about the mirror. Yes, the literal mirror you pass by each day. What is your relationship with your reflection? Do you look with criticism, with comparison, or do you pause, even for a moment, to say, "Hi there, I see you. I'm glad you're here"? That might feel strange at first, I know. Many of us were not taught to love what we see. We were taught to inspect, to correct, to wish it were different. But the mirror can become your sanctuary. It can become the place where you meet yourself with kindness again and again. Try this. Each morning, before you do anything else, look into the mirror and say, "Good morning. I love you. I'm going to enjoy being with you today." And mean it not from a place of duty, but from a place of devotion. Let the words soften you. Let them interrupt the old habits of self-rejection. Let them become a new rhythm in your relationship with yourself. Because if you can begin the day with tenderness toward you, the world cannot take that away. And as you build this relationship, you might find that old wounds start to rise. That's normal. The more love you pour into yourself, the more you will uncover the places that felt unloved. These are not setbacks. These are invitations. When an old wound shows up, meet it like a friend returning from a long journey. Say, "I see you. You're safe here. You don't have to carry that pain alone anymore." This is how we heal, not by pretending the hurt didn't happen, but by finally offering ourselves the compassion we always needed. Enjoying yourself doesn't mean you never feel pain. It means you no longer abandon yourself in the face of it. You hold your own hand. You stay with your heart. You breathe through the moment and remind yourself, "Even now I am worthy of love." And in that love, you begin to create new patterns. You begin to choose experiences not out of fear or obligation, but out of desire and delight. You eat food that nourishes you, not just your body, but your soul. You move your body in ways that feel joyful, not punishing. You rest when you need rest. You speak when your voice needs to be heard. You leave when a space no longer honors you. And perhaps most powerfully, you begin to dream again. Do you remember what it felt like to dream before the world told you to be realistic? Before someone made you feel silly for having hope? That version of you still exists. She is not gone. She is waiting for permission to emerge again. So give yourself that permission. Dream boldly. Fantasize freely. Imagine your life as a masterpiece of joy. Not someday, but now. Ask yourself, if I truly enjoyed being me, what would I do differently? Would I speak more kindly? Would I take more risks? Would I stop apologizing for taking up space? Would I trust that my ideas matter? That my voice deserves to be heard? These are not small questions. These are life-changing doorways, and only you can walk through them. Remember, joy is not a finish line you arrive at when everything is perfect. Joy is a path, a way of being, a choice you make moment by moment. Some days it will be easier. Some days you will need to return to yourself more often. That's okay. That's practice. That's life. I want to share something I've learned. The more you enjoy yourself, the less you tolerate what doesn't align. This is both beautiful and brave. You may start saying no more often. Not because you're cold or unkind, but because your joy matters, your peace matters, your life matters. You will begin to notice what drains you and what fuels you, who energizes your spirit and who leaves you depleted, and you will trust your instincts, not from fear, but from reverence. This is discernment born from self-love, and you may begin to redefine success, not as how much you achieve, but as how deeply you feel connected to yourself, not as how much you impress others, but as how much you enjoy your own company, not as perfection, but as presence. You are allowed to live in such a way that your joy becomes the measure. You are allowed to create routines that feel like rituals, to design a life that feels like home, to turn everyday moments into sacred pauses. Brew your tea slowly, watch the sun as it rises, let your fingers trace the softness of your skin. Write love letters to your past selves. Speak gratitude out loud even when no one else is listening. You are cultivating a relationship with your own soul, and that is the most important relationship you will ever have. So keep returning to yourself. Keep choosing softness. Keep whispering, "I enjoy being with you," because the more you say it, the more you'll believe it. And the more you believe it, the more the world around you begins to shift in response. Your energy becomes lighter. Your presence becomes more magnetic. You start attracting people, places, and experiences that match the frequency of your self-love. This is not magic. This is alignment. When you enjoy yourself first, you don't need the world to validate you. You validate yourself. And in that validation, you become a mirror for others. You show them what's possible. You invite them into the beauty of their own joy. This is how we heal the world, not by fixing everyone, but by coming home to ourselves, by embodying joy, by being the living example of what it looks like to enjoy your own presence, no matter the circumstances. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are blooming right on time. So take a deep breath, dear one. Wrap your arms around yourself, even if only in your heart, and say, "I am proud of me. I am proud of how far I've come. I enjoy who I am becoming." This is your truth. This is your power, and this is your practice. As we move even deeper into this journey together, I want you to know how proud I am of you. Not for what you've accomplished or for how well you've performed, but simply because you chose to show up for yourself. You chose to be present with your own heart. That alone is a victory, a celebration, a beautiful beginning. Now, let's speak about the inner garden of your life, the space within you where joy grows. That garden needs tending, not with pressure or punishment, but with care, gentleness, and constancy. Just like any living thing, joy thrives when it is nurtured daily. And the most nourishing thing you can give yourself is consistent love. Not perfection, not judgment, just presence and patience. Every day is a new chance to say, "I enjoy who I am. I am committed to cherishing myself, even when it's hard." That's what it means to enjoy yourself first. It's not about waiting for everything to feel good. It's about choosing to return to love again and again through every wave of emotion, every challenge, every shift. You might ask, but what about the days when I don't feel lovable? When the old voices return and the old pain resurfaces? Those are the days when your practice matters most. Those are the days when I invite you to sit with yourself and say, I will not abandon you. I am here, and even now I am learning to enjoy being with you. You see, healing is not a straight line, it is a spiral. Some lessons come back not to hurt us, but to offer us another chance to respond with love. And when you meet your pain with compassion, you soften the grip it has on you. You show your younger self that they are finally safe. Joy isn't loud all the time. Sometimes it is a quiet trust, a soft warmth in your belly, a gentle breath that says, I belong here. It doesn't have to be big to be real. It just has to be yours. There is a rhythm in your life that is uniquely yours to dance to. When you stop comparing your pace to others and begin honoring your own timing, you discover peace. You realize that you are not here to keep up. You are here to come home. And home is not a destination out there. Home is in you. It's in the way you speak to yourself when no one else is listening. It's in the way you honor your body's signals, how you trust your own yes and no, how you give yourself rest without guilt. It's in the laughter you allow, the tears you let fall, the courage it takes to be yourself in a world that constantly tells you not to be. You are doing something revolutionary by learning to enjoy yourself first. You are breaking the cycle of self-abandonment. You are shifting generations of conditioning that taught us to tie our worth to doing, achieving, pleasing, and you are replacing it with a new truth. I am enough. I am whole. I am allowed to take pleasure in my existence. Let's breathe into that now. Place your hands over your heart. Feel its rhythm. Whisper gently, I enjoy my own presence. I am safe within me. Let this be your sacred return to the part of you that never stopped hoping, to the part of you that still believes in magic, to the part of you that just wants to feel good being alive. Let joy be your default, not because life is perfect, but because your heart is free. When we live from this space, everything changes. We begin to attract experiences that mirror our inner joy. We call in people who meet us with respect and love. We recognize red flags sooner because we're no longer desperate to be chosen, we've already chosen ourselves. And when disappointment comes, and it will, we are not destroyed because we've built something unshakable within us, a relationship with our own joy. That is our foundation. That is our truth. You might even find that your definition of success changes. Success might start to look less like approval and more like peace, less like applause and more like alignment, less like doing it all and more like feeling good with less. And what a gift that is, to simplify, to soften, to savor. So let's continue to create rituals of joy. Let's celebrate the small wins. Let's speak kindly to the mirror, even if we're still healing. Let's take ourselves out on dates. Let's pause to enjoy the smell of our coffee, the way the light dances on our walls, the sound of birdsong in the morning. Let's look at our lives through the eyes of someone who loves themselves deeply, because that someone is you. You are worthy of all the delight life has to offer. Not someday, not when you fix yourself, but now, in this moment, in this breath. And I want you to know this, you are not alone. Even on the hard days, even in the messy middle, there is a divine force walking with you. Call it God, the universe, life itself. It is always cheering you on. It rejoices every time you choose yourself, every time you choose joy, every time you say yes to being who you really are. So take your time, be patient, Let your joy unfold like a sunrise, soft, sure, unstoppable. And if the world doesn't yet understand your glow, that's okay. Keep shining. Keep enjoying yourself. Eventually, your joy will speak for itself. It will open doors. It will call in your people. It will make the world a little brighter simply because you are being you. And what could be more powerful than that? I love you. I believe in you. And I celebrate every moment you choose to enjoy yourself first. You are the one you've been waiting for, and you are ready.